So this is the lesson for 10-1. What you're doing today is creating and interpreting a frequency distribution and a frequency marginal distribution table. We're also creating double bar graphs to display data, answering questions from two-way tables, and things like that. So first of all, what is a two-way table? Well, in all of these questions in this chapter, somebody went around and did a survey question, all right? This particular question on the first slide says, what flavor of ice cream would you pick? So people had their choices of chocolate, vanilla, or neither, all right? And they broke it down into children, teens, and adults, all right? So a two-way table is a way to organize your survey data, all right, with two variables or more to see if there's a relationship between them. So when we take a look at this, this is a two-way table. You're going to have columns that have the word total in them, all right? When you have the word total is you want to add them all up. So 40 plus 22 plus 15, we're adding them up going side to side and putting your total in the total column. So 40 plus 22 plus 15 gives you 77. Then we go down to the next one. We have 12 in the teens category. We have 12, 16, and 45. Again, we're going to add those all up. 12 plus 16 plus 45 is 73. We put our answer right there. Then in the next row, we have adults. We have 55 that like chocolate, 54 vanilla, and 10 neither. So again, we want to add them all up. We put our total in the total column, which happens to be 119. Now, notice that these other totals at the bottom were already there. So there were 107 total people that liked chocolate, 92 total people that liked vanilla, 70 people that liked neither. These numbers right here, and this should always happen, these numbers right here in your total and these numbers should add up to the same number to put in that bottom right-hand corner. So 107 plus 92 plus 70 equals 269. That is the same thing and should always be the same thing as your totals going down. 77 plus 73 plus 119 also gives you 269. So how many total people were in the survey? This is the total number of people in the survey. There are 269 total people in the survey. Those numbers should always match. If they add up to something different, you did something wrong somewhere. Not sure where, but you did something wrong somewhere. All right, but that is the total number of people surveyed in that bottom right-hand corner. So when we take a look at this first question, it says Miss Seymour is the school cafeteria supervisor. She asked students some questions. She asked them what grade they were in and what their favorite meal was. Now you are going to have to do this. All right, you're going to have to fill out tallies, and you're going to have to add up your tallies. The tallies are called a frequency distribution, all right, where your actual numbers, when you add up your tallies, is called the frequency marginal distribution. Those are your totals. So you have your tallies and you have your totals. When you go to organize your survey data, what I would suggest doing is either putting like a little check mark after you do each one, or maybe crossing them out as you go. That way you won't miss any. So the first one is a 9th grader said the salad bar was their favorite meal. So in our tallies, we go 9th grade, salad bar, we put one little slash in the salad bar part. Next one is 10th grade burger. So 10th grade burger, we put one little slash there. Next one is 10th grade pizza. We put one little slash there. Next one is 10th grade chicken nugget, and we have another 10th grade chicken nugget. So we have 2 there. The next one is 9th grade burger. So we put one little slash there. 10th grade salad bar. ninth grade salad bar, 10th grade chicken nugget, ninth grade burger, and we're just going to keep on going here. It's sort of tedious, but it's really organizing your data. You're not going to have to do this for every question. When you get to 5, like we are here with the 10th grade chicken nugget, when you get to 5, you put a slash through them to sort of group them in 5s, all right? Don't put 5 individual lines, put a little slash through it for 5. And I'm So if you did it correctly, this is how your tallies should look like. On your test on Friday, to type these into Schoology, you're actually going to use the number 1, all right, to type them in as like a little tally mark. It's impossible for you to do it in Schoology other than doing that. So that's what your frequency distribution table looks like. Those are your tallies. All that you have to do for your totals is just add up the number of tallies. So there were 4 people that were 9th graders whose favorite meal was burger. So we're going to actually write the actual number now of 4. You're just adding up your tallies. There were 3 10th grade burger people. There was 1 chicken nugget 9th grader. There was 7 chicken nugget 10th graders. There were 3 pizzas for 9th grade, 3 pizzas for 10th grade. There were 5 salad bar 9th grade and 4 salad bar 10th grade. We want to now add up to get our totals. We want to add going down and add going across. So adding going down, we have 7, 8, 6, and 9. Adding going across, we have 13, 17, and 30. So those were your totals. Now they're going to ask you questions about your survey data. All right, now they're going to ask you questions. If you take a look at the next slide, that same data table is right there. So how many 9th graders participated in the survey? How many were there? How many 9th graders? 13, all right? If you look at your 9th grade row, there were 4 9th grade burgers, 1 nugget, 3 pizza, 5 salad bar. The total number of 9th graders is right there with 13. How many students prefer burgers? 7, all right? We have to add together the 9th graders and the 10th graders because it didn't specify. It just said how many total students prefer burgers. Well, that would be 7. How many students prefer chicken nuggets? 8. How many 10th graders participated in the survey?
17.
There are 17. And how many students prefer the salad bar? 9. All right. So those are some pretty easy, basic questions. Go ahead and try these 4 on your own, please. Go ahead and try these 4 on your own. Which meal is the least favorite of all the students? Which meal is the least favorite? Now, you have to be careful. I would even be very tempted to go, oh, 1 is the smallest number here, so it's chicken nuggets. That's not what they're asking me though. If it said which meal was the least favorite among 9th graders, that would be chicken nuggets. But which one is least favorite of all students? We're looking at these 4 numbers. So which one is the lowest? The lowest is pizza. Which meal is the least favorite? Oh, least favorite of 9th graders. I just gave it away before. Least favorite of 9th graders, we're looking right here. So the lowest would be chicken nuggets. Which meal is the most favorite of all students? So now we're looking at the highest number. The most favorite meal out of all students, this 9 would be your highest number there. So that would be the salad bar. Which meal is the most favorite of the 10th graders? So looking at the 10th graders, we're looking at this group right here in the blue. The most favorite would be the highest number. That would be the chicken nuggets. Questions on those? And you're going to have questions all throughout the chapter that try and ask you one specific thing about your data. Take a look at the other thing that we have to do today. Now, the other thing that we have to do today is we have to construct a double bar graph. All right, we have to construct a double bar graph. When you go to make a bar graph, you've been making bar graphs for years and years and years. A double bar graph are going to have 2 bars right next to each other. If you take a look at what I have down here, I already wrote in, right, for burgers, chicken nuggets, pizza, and salad. Notice that I'm going to have 1 column for the 9th graders, 1 column for the 10th graders, and they're going to be right next to each other. Within one category, all right, within one category, these bars have to touch, right? Notice my little note over here. Within the category, the bars touch. They do not touch from category to category. So burgers are not going to touch chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are not going to touch pizza. Pizza is not going to touch salad. But the 9th and 10th grade bars will touch within each column. So it said construct a double bar graph of the frequencies. Notice that it told you let the x-axis represent the favorite meals. So the x-axis was down here. That's why I have the meals down at the bottom. And let the y-axis represent the number of students. I have the number of students going up along the side. If this was a Regents exam question, you have to make sure, and they always very specifically say, make sure that your graph has a title, make sure that it has labels, make sure that you have a key, and that the bars touch within the category only. So we have our title at the top, favorite meals. We have our labels along the side, number of students, and favorite meals. And we have our key right here. Notice that I'm going to use red for 9th grade and blue for 10th grade. In Class Kick on your homework, you could just use 2 different colors. If you were doing this on a Regents exam using pencil or using pen, you could maybe make one a solid color and make one striped, or make one a solid color and one dotted, or something like that, because you can't use multiple colors on the Regents exam. So let's take a look at burgers. So in the burgers category, we're taking a look right here right now. In the burgers category, 4 people that were 9th graders like burgers and 3 10th graders. So for burgers, or for 9th grade rather, I'm going to use red. So 4 9th graders. I'm going to draw my bar going up from the bottom, just like this, and 4 9th graders liked burgers. So there's my bar for 9th graders. In that same category, 10th graders, there were 3 of them. My bars need to touch within the category. I'm going up to 3 and up to 3. My bars are going to touch. Let's make this one striped. Notice that my bars are touching within the category. They're not touching to the very beginning. There's a little space there. That's on purpose. And now there's going to be a space in between burgers and chicken. So 9th grade chicken nuggets, there was 1. So 9th grade chicken nuggets, I'm just going to draw a little tiny bar like that. 10th grade chicken nuggets, there were 7. So 10th grade chicken nuggets, I'm going to go all the way up to 7 and make it striped. And again, if you chose to do dots or something like that, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want, as long as you're consistent. For pizza, 9th graders, where there were 3 of them, so I'm going to go up to 3 with my bar. And 10th graders, there were 3 of them. And in a perfect world, these bars would be the, in a perfect world, these bars would be the same width. It's just sort of hard for me to fit everything in there. For salad bar, we have 5 and we have 4. So 5. And we have 4. And there is your double bar graph. I think it's actually easiest in Class Kit, just giving you a recommendation. Try and use the highlighter tool. If you use the highlighter tool to go up, that way you can still see the background grid behind of what you're doing. All right, it makes it a little bit easier in Class Kit if you use the highlighter tool. Questions on this one? Now, this is a double bar graph, all right, because we have 2 bars for each category. This next one is actually going to be a quadruple bar graph, all right? It's actually going to be a quadruple bar graph. So notice that this one says, construct a bar graph of the frequencies. This time, let the x-axis be the grade level. So we flip-flopped x and y axes, or sorry, we flip-flopped what was going down there. So now we have 9th graders. We're actually going to have 4 different bars here for the 9th graders. What we're going to put right here, right, what we're going to put right there is this whole row going across. That's what we're going to put now, because now we have 9th graders at the bottom. So the first one is burgers. I'm going to use red for burgers. So for 9th grade burgers, there were 4 of them. I'm going to go like this. For 9th grade chicken nuggets, I'm going to use my blue stripes again. So 9th grade chicken nuggets, there was 1. For 9th grade pizza, there was 3. All right, so I'm going to use 3 here. And again, you could make 1 dotted, 1 solid, 1 striped. You could use vertical stripes. You could use horizontal stripes. You could use little triangles throughout. As long as you're consistent, it doesn't matter. And then 9th grade salad was 5. So there is my quadruple bar graph for 9th graders. Now I need to do the same thing for 10th graders. So there were 3 burger people. Notice that I'm leaving a space in between the 9th graders and the 10th graders. We don't connect those. For chicken nuggets, there were 7. Oops. Strips. For 10th grade pizza, there were 3. And for 10th grade salad, there were 4. And that is our quadruple bar graph. Questions on these? All right, let's take a look at the homework.